Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to be having our Zoom session. This is a free tutorial sessions. It's going to be math session today, and our focus is going to be first and second graders. This is happening on Zoom, so if you're interested in getting through the Zoom session, let me know and then I can connect you directly to the Zoom. But meanwhile, I'm going to connect to the Zoom session that is already started up, and you can follow along. And also, by the way, if you would prefer a more personalized or private session, please reach out to us at mathease.com, or you can email us at info@mathease.com, or call any of the numbers on the screen, and we're going to be able to offer you more private tutoring in math, English, science, SAT, ACT, PSATs. And we're going to be able to do that as a one-on-one session. We can also do that as what we call semi-private, which is just 2 or 3 students learning together and learning the same thing together. And after that, we can also offer you small groups, but they're most likely no more than 7 or 8 students in that group. And like the semi-private sessions, the students are going to be learning exactly the same thing. So if you're interested in a more private session, let us know. We'll be glad to assist you with that. Hope you're having a great time, and we'll be able to send you over to the Zoom session in a quick moment. Thank you for joining us again, and thank you for coming to learn with us. It should be an exciting time.
Close. Very close.
4.
Oh, let's see. We have hands, don't we?
Yeah, use your hands. So hold up 9 fingers.
6.
Okay, now hold up
Now take
6
away.
fingers.
Wait.
6 fingers. Okay. Now how many fingers did you? 3. Yeah, 3.
1.
Good job. Yep, you got it.
Sisters?
Yeah, does that make sense, Jared?
Yes.
Yes.
I've done that math before.
You've done that one. You didn't answer the question, Darren. Come on. Okay, let's do 3a. Okay, a plus what equals 9? This is an easy one, right? So, can you guys, Bella, on your end, can you see the questions that I'm zoomed in on? You can? So this 3a here.
8
Plus what equals 9?
8.
So these are 1. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, good job.
Good job.
8 plus 1 is 9.
Okay, that one's a pretty easy one. Let's move into some of these ones that aren't all having to do with 9. So let's do 1 here.
Cannot do this.
You can't do this? No?
I got you, Nod.
So here, this will make it easier. So all of these questions, all we're doing is filling in these blanks. I'm on 1, and you guys see this number line? Can you guys see this line?
Yes.
It's just one of these numbers. It's always going to be one of these numbers.
20.
20. That's actually really close. You're only one off.
19.
Yeah, 19. Does that make sense, Hannah? Why that would be 19? Let's break this one down because it's a lot like this one, right? This 2A that we did here with our fingers. So we did what? It's 16. And what was it? Minus 6. Oh, my bad. We were saying 13. Oh, wow. That is not right. So 13 minus what equals 6? So we have 13 minus what equals 6? You got it, Darren?
0.
It's not 0. So let's think of it this way. Is my screen bugging out, Bella, to you too?
No.
What'd you say?
Oh, my screen's going out on my end. Just give me 1 second, guys. Let me try to stop sharing and resharing.
One, two, three, four, five, six. One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh no. Oh, that was my fault. I'm sorry.
Oh, are you doing something in the OneNote too, Bella?
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize the page you're on. That's me. Trying to add more problems in.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's still
I
showing.
moved it. It'll stop bugging in a second.
Yeah, let me try stop sharing again.
Sorry about that.
Screen.
There. Is it back now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we were done with that.
You thought we were done with subtraction? Yo, let's just move on to a whole nother problem altogether.
Oh, this problem.
Let's do this one. Let's just do this one. Simpler one. 14 minus what equals 11?
13 minus what equals 11?
Mm-hmm. What do I subtract from 14 to get 11?
Darren?
Yeah, what do you think it is, Darren?
5?
No, it's not 5. Put 5 over here.
Wrong.
Let's think about it a different way, right? So when you see a problem like this, what you can do is go 14 minus 11 equals what?
I just the host. I can read it.
So what happens when you take 11 away from 14?
Yeah, mute.
Hannah, are you saying something? Because you're on mute. Here, I'll make this question even easier, guys. What if I did 4 minus 1? What's 4 minus 1? So hold up four fingers. We're just going to take 1 away. So we have 4, and then we take 1 away. How many would we have then?
4.
You have 4, and you take 1 away.
They just 1 away.
You're taking 1 away. You have 3. Yeah. So the answer is going to be 3 then. That's better. So basically, when I say 14 minus 11, what? 11.
Chris.
You not close your school?
Yeah.
Um,
2.
What time do you stay?
So Hannah,
No, I saw at 7:45.
let's just move on to another one.
If you go all the way to the top or to numbers, there should be, right there. If you want to do some more math.
Yeah, I'm thinking these fill in the blank ones are a little bit more complicated than, because they're basically algebra, which. Okay, let's try some of these little story problems, huh? So on Monday, I eat 5 of these grapes. On Tuesday, I eat 8 of these grapes. On Wednesday, I eat 3 more grapes. How many grapes in all am I eating? So let's break this down, right? So I'm saying on Monday, I eat 5.
Wait.
Tuesday, I eat 8. Can you guys see the problem? On Wednesday, I eat 3.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Yes.
Well, what doesn't make sense about it?
You have a new t-shirts.
What doesn't make sense about it, Darren?
I don't understand something.
Okay. Which part of it don't you understand?
This one. The
This is-
the second one.
On Tuesday, I eat 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's not making sense, I guess? Or what part of it do you find is confusing you?
It says Tuesday I eat 8. I
Mhm.
eat grapes. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Like, makes sense. The point, you know, this thing after the Tuesday, that pointing,
Yeah.
it makes no sense.
Oh, a comma?
And then it goes and it finishes and makes no sense. Makes totally no sense.
So you're saying this part doesn't make sense to you in the sentence? What I just underlined? I'll put a
Yes.
box around it. So that's called a comma. And you probably won't have to deal with those for a while. But what that means is when you're reading something, so a comma is to emphasize a pause in a sentence. So what this is really saying is on Tuesday, you pause because this comma's here. I eat 8. Instead of, if that wasn't there, I'd just say on Tuesday, I eat 8. Does that make sense, Darren?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not something that's super important to the math problem. But yeah, I understand how that's confusing, especially if you haven't seen it before. Okay, so let's go back to the problem. I'm saying on Monday I'm going to eat 5 grapes. On Tuesday I'm going to eat 8 grapes. On Wednesday I'm going to eat 3 grapes.
Tuesday. 8 grapes.
Yeah, I just really wanted a lot of grapes that day. So let's move over here. So basically what I'm saying is how many did I eat in total? So we need to add all these together.
16. 16.
Oh, hi Michael. I didn't see you join. Michael, you're in first grade?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So we're just gonna do some basic problems here. Just like a story problem, just an addition problem. So we're just adding 5 plus 8 plus 3. And off the top of anyone's head, or does anyone already know the answer? I see Michael, you got your hand up. You can go ahead and answer it, Michael. But it looks like you're muted right now.
16.
You said 16?
Yes.
Oh, you got it. Good job. So
Doesn't make sense.
that doesn't make sense?
How
Okay.
does it make 16?
How does it make 16? Okay, so let's... Now, I'm just talking to Darren here. Darren, what's 8 plus 3?
8 plus 3 is 5.
8 minus 3 would be 5. But I'm saying you have 8. So hold up 8 fingers again.
11?
So 1 full... Yeah, 11. So this whole thing is 11. Now, let's leave out the 10. And what's 1 plus 5? Darren? Hey Darren, what's 1 plus 5?
1 plus 5, 6.
6. What's 6 plus 10? Darren? Six plus 10 would be 16. So does that make more sense now?
Yes.
Yes. Does that make sense to you, Hannah? How we got to 16?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do one more of these, and then do you want to do some problems, Bella, for a little bit?
That's good.
That sounds good. Okay. Do you guys want to do elephants? Clownfish? Yeah, do you guys want to do elephants or clownfish? Or I guess we can do printers as well. No preference? You want to do clownfish? Okay, Michael, we will do clownfish. Okay. So Jill has 9 clownfish. Jen has 8 clownfish. How many do they have altogether? Does anyone know?
No, there's no juice yet.
So Jill has 9. Jen has 8. How many do they have together plus?
Total?
What did you say, Darren?
In total?
In total, yes. And Michael, you can go ahead and answer too. It's okay. You don't need to raise your hand.
17.
17. You are right, Michael. Does that make sense to you, Darren? And then Hannah, it looks like your video went out.
There's no juice yet.
Does that make sense to you, Darren, how we got 17 here?
Yeah, mommy, that is.
Yeah, it does? Okay. Okay, Bella, do you want to take over and do some problems for a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
You need to stop sharing your screen first.
Yep. Okay, all yours.
Can you all see problems? Yes?
I can see it on my end, yeah.
Cool. So let's look at the first one. We're gonna go really simple to start off. 1 plus 2. I have 1 finger in one hand and 2 fingers in the other hand. How many do I have all together? Anna?
3.
Good job. All right. Now a little bit harder. Well, if I have 3 fingers in one hand and 4 in the other one. Michael?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7.
Good job.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Now let's reverse it. What if I have 7 fingers all together and I get rid of 2 of them?
9.
Darren? Darren, you're muted.
9.
Hey, Bella.
Yeah.
So we got a message to zoom in a little bit so people can see clear. That was quite a while back, so I don't know if it's definitely better now, but yeah, I think that's probably good.
Let's to zoom in.
Yeah, I think you're probably good now. We just got a message at the beginning to zoom in a little bit more so people can see clear.
Yeah, if I have 7 and I get rid of 2, how many will I have? Darren? You're muted, Darren. It's not 9. I have 7 and I'm taking away 2. How many do I have left?
5.
Nice. Do you see why that's 5 and not 9? Anna? Yeah? Cool. Now that we got the basics, we're going to go a little bit harder and do more fill in the blank. What if I have 8 and I want 10? How many more do I need to have all my fingers up?
8.
Michael?
2.
2 more. Yep, I need 1, 2, and then I'll have all my fingers up. Okay, what if I want to have only one of my hands up and I start off with 2? Darren?
What did you say?
I have 2 fingers up right now and I want to have all 5 of them up. How many more do I need to put up?
8.
8? How many fingers do I have on one hand? And now I have 2, and then I'll have 3, 4, 5 to have all my fingers up. How many more did I just raise?
7.
Darren, can you put your hand up too? Okay. How many more do you have to put up to have all 5 fingers showing on one of your hands? Only one. Nope, just one hand. Put your other one away. And put 1, 2, 3 more fingers up. Right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Does that make sense?
8.
So how many more did I put up?
8. I don't know how to get it. I keep on counting 8.
Okay, we have 2 up, right? We're going to put 1, 2, 3 more up.
1, 2, 3.
Nope, start off with 2 more. So it's going to be 3. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, Michael, do you want to do the next one? What plus 3 is 6, Michael?
3.
I have 3, and I'm putting up 1, 2, 3 more. So 3 fingers got raised. That's correct. Now, what if we want to do the opposite now? Instead of what plus 3, or 3 plus 3 equals 6. So 6 minus what is 3? Right? We started off with 3 in the first one. Then we add another 3 to get 6. So how many do we have to take away to get back to 30?
30?
Yes. So we have 2 sets of 3, and we're getting rid of 1. And we have 3 again. Good job.
Six. 15 plus 15?
Where are you seeing 15?
Huh?
Where are you seeing 15, man?
15 plus 15 is 30, I think.
15. Oh, no. No. Uh, 15 plus 15. Is that what you want?
I said, yeah, 15 plus 15.
Yeah. What does that equal?
30, I think.
Yes. Good job. We're going to box that because it's a good answer. All right. Let's go back over to word questions now that we have basics out of the way. So, if a shop has, let's do clownfish. Did you just do clownfish? Well,
Yeah, we already did the clownfish.
all right. We're going to go elephants then.
Yeah, we haven't done that one.
So, there are 19 elephants. 11 go away. What does go away mean?
Leave.
So, are we going to add or are we going to subtract?
Subtract.
Yes. Subtract. How many? 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We have 19 minus 11. Do any of you guys know how many we have left?
7.
You're close. What if we take 10 away from each of them? What's 19 minus 10?
19 minus 12. 1.
19 minus 10 is 1?
No, I don't know. I read.
What's, all right. Yes, Michael.
9.
Good job. Do you understand how you got that, Darren?
No.
Hannah, are you just still doing good too, Hannah?
Huh? I didn't understand how to talk.
So for 19, we have 2 different places, right? We have the ones place right here, and we have the tens place right here. So we have 1 set of 10, and we have 9 sets of 1. I got 1. No, I don't want to do that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a whole group because there's 10 of them. In my other group, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I only have 9 in this group. So that's how we have a 1 in the tens place, and we have 9 in the ones place. Does that make sense now, Darren?
Yes.
All right. So we're
You getting a phone
11.
call, Bella?
um,
Okay. Oh no. If you need to take a call, Bella, I can go ahead and take back over.
no, we're good. That was Rob's phone.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what about 11 minus 10? Darren.
1.
Yes. Good job. So now we're left with 9 minus 1. Michael, what's 9 minus 1?
8. 1.
We have 9 fingers and we get rid of 1, and now we have 8.
That's not understandable.
9 fingers, put 1 down.
That's not
Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Darren, you put your hands up now.
Now I
Put up 9 fingers. Now put down one of your pinkies. Either hand. I want to do this hand because I'm cool. So now when you count them, you have 8 fingers up. The answer was 8. We have 1 more. Oh no, that one's not it.
Minha nossa de audiência dem som
All right. So now the next one. We have a shop has 18 printers for sale. And it sells 13. Hannah, since we're selling printers, are we getting more of them or are we losing them? Hannah?
sells.
We're selling printers. Does that mean we're getting more printers or does that mean we're losing printers?
Printers.
What?
Losing printers.
We're losing printers?
A shop has. Yeah.
Good job. So minus. And then 13. So we're selling 13. You guys doing good so far?
13.
Hannah, do you want to do this one?
Ah. Wait. Yeah.
Okay, Hannah. What's 18? We're going to simplify this, right? Oh, actually.
No one's gonna get this. Smartest.
All right, we're doing smallest number first, right? So if we're just looking at this column right here, what's 8 minus 3? We have 8, and we're getting rid of 3. How many do we have left?
5.
Good job. All right, now let's look at the other row, or column, yeah. We have 1, and we're getting rid of 1. How many do we have left?
Zero.
Yes. So how many printers do we have left, Hannah? How many do we have left? What's our circled number?
Two.
Anna, yes. How many do we have left? We did 18 minus 13, and this is, you told me to put a 5 down, and then we have a 0 right here. So what number do we have altogether? What's this number, Hannah? Good job. Yes.
5.
All right, we have one more word problem. And this time we are looking for coconuts. We got a pirate ship, and they're sailing, and the captain right here, he finds this many coconuts. What number is this? Michael? How much? How many is this?
13 minus 7.
20. And the other guy, he finds, yep, 7. And then we're trying to figure out what is the difference. So is difference meaning we add or we subtract? Michael? Are we adding or subtracting?
Subtract.
Good job. So if we're doing this problem, first we're going to look at the ones column right here. And we have 0 minus 7. Well, if we don't have anything, we can't really minus 7, subtract 7. So we're going to look at the bigger column. And we already talked about this isn't just a 2, this is 2 groups of 10. So instead of having 2 different groups, let's break this up, slash it out, and make it 1, and then bring the other 10 of the group over here to the ones place. So now we have 10 minus 7. Darren, if I have 10 fingers, and I put down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many do I have left?
3.
Yes, good job.
3.
So that's this one. And then we still have a 1 in the tens place. And so we have 1 minus 0. We're not putting any fingers down because we're not minusing it. We're not taking away anything. How many fingers do I still have up?
1.
1. So the captain finds 20. Newton finds 7 coconuts. What is the difference?
13.
What?
13.
13. Yes. Good job. Do you guys understand this? Are you all doing good?
Yes.
Cool. That was the stuff I had. Are there any more questions so far? Yes, no, maybe? We have one more. We have a little bit more time. Yeah, we have some time. Yeah, well,
Yeah, do you want me to go ahead and take over again, or?
go for it.
Okay.
dinosaurs. Oh, I read.
Okay. Do you guys want to do some of these bigger problems, or would you guys like to do some clock problems?
I don't know how to do both of problems.
I'm sorry. What'd you guys say? You guys both spoke at the same time.
Clock problems.
Clock problems. Okay.
I don't know how to do that.
Gotta learn.
Yeah, you can learn. So I'll go ahead and do this first one. 4:30. So on a clock, there's 3 hands, but we're only going to be looking at 2 of the hands today. So there's a dot in the center, and then there's a smaller hand that points towards the hour that we're at. And then there's a longer hand that points towards the minutes. And each number on the clock for the smaller hand represents 1, and for the longer hand represents 5. So 4:30, for instance, is going to be this 4 for the shorter hand, and 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 4:30. Now I know that's probably a lot for people who haven't done these kind of problems before, but let's go ahead and jump into one and see what we can come up with. Now this one says, tell me what time 5 o'clock is. So therefore, what number is the shorthand going to point towards?
5.
5. That's good. Yeah. Good job, guys. Now, 5 o'clock. What number is the long hand going to point towards?
12.
12. Good job, Michael. Oh, did someone say another number? So the reason it's 12 is because 12 is going to represent 0 on the clock. Because we always start from 12 as we go around the clock for the minutes. That's why going right around the clock is clockwise. If we were to go backwards, that'd be counterclockwise. Let's go ahead and try another one here. Let's do something with some minutes. Okay. Now 5:30. Can anyone tell me what number the shorthand needs to point towards? It can be anyone. Darren, what number do you think the shorthand should point towards? If it's 5:30, the shorthand represents the hours, which is going to be the 5.
5.
Yeah, so the shorthand is going to point towards the 5. Now 30, the minutes. Now, Hannah, what number do you think the long hand should... Okay, Michael called it out. It is, in fact, the 6. Okay, you think the 3. So if it was 3 o'clock, it would be that. So the reason it's 5, it points towards the 6 is because it's 5:30. So what we do is we count by 5s for the minutes, which is the long hand on the clock. It'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So all we're doing is we're counting by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We're just counting by 5s around the clock till we get to the 6. So let's go ahead and do 1 or 2 more of these. And then we can go ahead and move on to something else. Now, Michael, you seem like you got a pretty good hand on this, so I want the others to try and answer this one for me. So Hannah, 8:30. So we're talking about the shorthand, which is going to point directly towards the number that it is, right? So what should I point the shorthand towards for 8:30?
8.
Yeah, good job. And Darren, I'm going to go ahead and throw the hard one at you. For the 30, what should the long hand point towards?
8.
8 would be the hour hand. But it's 8:30. So it's 8 hours and 30 minutes.
9.
Not 9.
8 hours. 1,
So do you remember how I was saying this?
7.
So when we're doing the minutes, this is 0. This is 5. This is 10. 15. 20. 25. And Darren, what do you think the long hand should point towards?
The long hand?
The long hand for the minute hand. Because it's 8:30, so it's been 8. So it's 30. But we're doing the long hand, right? So we're counting by 5 now, because there's 60 minutes in an hour, right?
Yeah.
And 5 times 12, 5 sets of 12 is 60. So this is both 0 and 60. We're going to 30. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the long hand is going to point towards the 6 on the clock. Okay, let's try one more of these. And then we'll move on to something else to wrap things up. Sure, no one has... Michael, do you have any homework that you got today?
Yeah. Yes, I have homework.
You have homework? Okay, we can try to do some of your homework problems if you'd like. These last couple minutes. It's okay if you don't have it on you right now. That's okay too. We can just do something else as well. Let's see. What's the comparison tab? Oh, greater than equal to?
Comparisons would be a good one to go to.
Yeah, we can do some of these. So, have you guys played Pac-Man before?
No. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So think of this symbol, and this symbol is a mouth. And if this was your mouth and you were really hungry, you'd want to eat more, right? So, and then this is equal to, which means that they'd be equal to each other. So for instance, I'll go ahead and do this first one. We have 8 on this side, and we have 7 on this side. So, therefore, this side is greater than that side. So you want to eat these berries as opposed to these berries. You'd want these because there's more of them. So let's try this one with the slices of pizza. There are how many slices of pizza on the left-hand side? Hannah, how many slices of pizza do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, good job. All right. And there are how many slices of pizza on this side?
6.
There is also 6. So this side is equal to that side. Let's get one where there's actually a different number on each side. So there are 5 apples on this side and 6 apples on this side. Now, if you were really hungry, which side would you want if you only got to pick one?
Less than.
Yes, it is less than, which means the mouth is going to face this way. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, it makes sense to Michael. Does that make sense to you, Darren?
Yes.
What this symbol represents?
Yes.
Okay. Hannah, does that make sense to you what this symbol represents? Okay, let's do one more. So we have 4 oranges on this side. Or maybe those are tomatoes. I don't really know. And let's say we have 3 on this side. Which side is greater than the other? Which way should the mouth face? The mouth should face this way? Or should it face towards the 3? Should I go this way? Or should I go
4. It's 4.
the 4? Yes. Good job. Okay, so we breeze through those.
That might be all we have time for today.
Yeah, we got a couple more minutes. We could probably do a couple problems. I think it's probably good to end on. Okay. So kind of break down some basic math problems. So this is a good way to look at a lot of math problems, especially when, you know, the numbers start to get bigger. So let's actually do 50 plus 46 first. Darren, I saw your eyes get really big there. So this isn't actually as bad as it looks, right? So I'll tell you what. I'm going to put this line here, and we're not even going to look at this side right now. So let's go with Darren. What's 0 plus 6?
0
plus 6. You have nothing, and you add 6 to it.
6.
6. Okay.
6.
Now, let's come in here. And now let's solve the other side. So I'm going to take this section, and I'm going to cross that out. We're not even looking at that. So what's 5 plus 4?
11.
You have 5 fingers? So hold up 5 fingers.
9.
9. It is 9. 96.
96.
Yeah, 50 plus 46 is 96. And what we're doing when we look at problems that way is we can make them a lot easier by just looking at one row at a time. So you just ignore this side. We get 6. And then you ignore this side, and you get 9. So then 96. So really, all we're doing is 0 plus 6 and 5 plus 4, which makes it a lot easier to deal with these types of problems. Let's go ahead and do one more problem, and then we're probably done for the day at that point. I think this is a good example of how that can get mixed up. So what's 4 plus 6? Anyone?
Thank you for learning with us today. We really appreciate you joining us today for our session with the first graders. The first graders and second graders. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow as we have another session with some other grades. We'll be announcing that shortly. And I wanted to remind you that if you want a more personalized private session, we're also offering that. If the free session doesn't explicitly meet your needs, please let us know. We'll be glad to work with you in a private session, one-on-one, or also in a semi-private, which is having two or three students working together and learning together. So as usual, we'll have our session starting most likely about 4 o'clock tomorrow. And so we look forward to having you join us again tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please encourage your children. This is just another avenue for them to get additional help. I know that it can be challenging. You know, we have our busy lifestyles as parents, and we just want to make sure our children get the best. So this is just an opportunity that they could use to get more help on extra assignments. Actually, one thing I want you to also do as parents is to encourage your children to share their homework. If they're having struggles with their homework assignments, please share, and then we'll be glad to help them with that as well. So thank you again, and have a wonderful evening. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you.